I'm Michelle. Welcome back to another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we're in Rushville, Indiana at the historic Rush County Courthouse. Today I'm with Mabel Berkemeyer. How are you today, Mabel?
I'm fine, thanks, Michelle, and thank you so much for coming to Rushville to film our courthouse. It's beautiful, and we're glad to have you.
Well, thank you so much. We are happy to be here today.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about the courthouse?
Yes. In January of 1896, there were 3 commissioners who wanted to build a larger third courthouse. This is our third courthouse on this public square. And there was much dissension between the commissioners and the citizens. They didn't really want to do this. But the commissioners gave them a bid of $157,145. And they accepted that bid, and the court and the commissioners went ahead and they gave the contract to P.H. McCormick in March of 1896. And they started work on it immediately. And so on February 2nd, 1898, this courthouse was complete with furniture, power, heating, everything that was needed, and it was open to the public. And they paid $257,385.38 for this marvelous building. Wow. Which, I told you at the beginning, the initial bid was $157,000, and they went over $100,000. Yeah. So the citizens were very irate. Yeah. They had to issue bonds to get the rest of the project. And the citizens did not like that, and it was quite a debate for several elections over that deal. But this is a marvelous building. It is made of stone, brick, metal, steel, marble, and cement. And, of course, the beautiful woodworking is in here on the doors and the windows. Yeah. But it's been used for many, many things. On the first floor is the assembly room, and that's where the commissioners meet now. And also they honor all of our veterans. We have a plaque for the American Revolution soldiers that were buried in Rush County. Yeah. And we also have scrolls for the veterans of World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And as you walk into the courthouse on the first floor, you will notice this beautiful Venetian mosaic tile. And it's on every floor of the courthouse and at every entry. And there are 4 different entries. We have interesting things in the treasurer's office, an old safe that has been here since 1898. There are 9 different decorative fireplaces, and they're in each corner of the courthouse. And this courthouse had steam heat, but in the wintertime they did use it. They were gas fireplaces, and they were used. Well, the third floor is the circuit court and the county court. Okay. And in the circuit court, as you go in, you will see 2 beautiful stained glass windows, big, and then one of them is the seal of justice, and the other one is the seal of Indiana. Inside the courtroom, I take a lot of elementary children on tour here, and they enjoy the courtroom. They like to sit in the old seats, and especially the jury, seats and so forth. And they, on the bottom of the seats, you can put the seat up, and there is a wire thing on the bottom of it. And they were quite amused by it, because that's where the gentlemen when they came to the courtroom, they took their hats off and they put the hats on under the seats because there was no other room for them to be. So they thought that was pretty clever, and I thought that was pretty clever too. Yeah. And then we have the rotunda upstairs. It's beautiful.
I hear there's a unique story about your stairwell within the building as well.
Yes,
Can you
it
tell me
is.
more about that?
Many years ago, they put a stairway into the courtroom down to the sheriff's office. And the law enforcement people used that to take the prisoners up there. And to this day, they don't use that because the sheriff's office is over in the jail, but they have a basket, which is funny and amusing to watch. They put their records in the basket and they pull them up to the courtroom, and then the courtroom sends them back down to the clerk's office. So I think that's pretty unique. And in the clerk's office, too, are beautiful, big metal cabinets, and they have drawers and open spaces for them to use. And that was originally put in here, and they have a lot of old history there because we have a lot of people coming in for genealogy and so forth, and they use those.
I have no idea the weight of the bell. I'd like to find out how much it weighs, but we're up here on the highest floor of the courthouse right now. And the bell was meant to swing like a church bell would, and to my knowledge it hasn't done that for several years. But each hour the clock strikes the bell here. The clock's down 2 stories down. It's a Howard clock. We have the original instructions down there. And used to have to wind the thing once a week. It remember weights. But now it's all an electric motor, so we come up and adjust the clock as hard without things like that. That's all I have to worry about now. The bell is run by a 60-pound hammer on the side over here.
So that's what we heard earlier,
That's what you heard earlier.
hitting the hammer. And years ago, you say the bell actually swung.
It's built to swing, but I have no idea the last time it was used that way, if ever.
Thanks for watching another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we were in Rushville, Indiana at the historic Rush County Courthouse. Remember,
Travel slowly and stop often.
Bye.
Bye.